Well, conversations do continue on here on Friday's edition of Morning at NTV. In our Tech Notes this morning, we focus on a very interesting event where sport is going to be meeting service and where every kilometer run is going to be carrying a national, meaning the Uganda Wildlife Marathon being organized by the Uganda Wildlife Authority as part of the World Wildlife Day commemorations has grown beyond a sporting event and social responsibility. It's bringing together elite athletes, it's bringing together families, it's bringing together institutions, it's bringing together partners in a shared commitment to actually protect Uganda's wildlife heritage. I was seeing a story that ran this week that you do have countries like Japan that are seeing pandas for the last time because of the mad relationship between Japan and China, and so the pandas have to go back home, and that was definitely a sad thing. So how can we protect our heritage and support the people who guard our heritage? As far as wildlife is concerned, that's where the 2026 edition comes in to carry a deeply emotional cause. This year's theme is depending on children for fallen wildlife rangers, men and women who have paid the ultimate price for protecting our country's natural resources. Now, as the country is going to be running, it's also going to be rallying for education and also care and the future of these families that have been left behind. But I'm not the spokesperson of all of these. I do have distinguished gentlemen that are here to help us with the nitty-gritty, unpacking the vision, the impact and accountability behind the marathon as a whole, but specifically the focus for this year. So I'm being joined by the Executive Director of Uganda Wildlife Authority, Dr. James Musinguzi. Happy New Year, Doctor.
Happy New Year to you.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm glad to be here, and I would like to say hello to all the viewers at NTV. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
Next to him, we do have Bashir Hanji, who's the spokesperson for the Uganda Wildlife Authority. It's a pleasure to have you once again.
It's a pleasure to always come and join in the morning. Happy New Year. I hope you are all doing great.
Yes, we are.
Great.
Nice to have you. All right, so let's start with Dr. Musinguzi.
Yes.
To just give us an overview from the last time we talked to today, the Uganda Wildlife Authority and the milestones that have been taken.
Thank you very much. We are glad to be here. The Uganda Wildlife Authority is mandated by the Uganda Wildlife, the Wildlife Act 315, CAP 315, to basically carry out specific mandates. Mandates like protected area management, where we are supposed to take care of the protected areas in Uganda, including national parks, wildlife reserves, sanctuaries. We're also supposed to carry out conservation management, where we're supposed to take care of the wildlife species that are within our jurisdiction. We're supposed to promote tourism, carry out research and monitoring, but also carry out law enforcement. Now, as we carry out law enforcement, we have dedicated, passionate Ugandans who go out in the field and are only keeping the animals, the wildlife, through enforcement of the law. But also, as we enforce the law, we carry out what we call community engagement. We believe and appreciate that as the Uganda Wildlife Authority, we cannot conserve the wildlife alone, but rather we have to do it with other stakeholders, especially the communities. So we carry out community engagement to be able to have the community join us in a collaborative wildlife management manner, because the wildlife is out there within the communities. If the communities are not with you, then it is difficult that you can succeed. So community engagement, law enforcement, basically the carrot and the stick. Now, as we carry out the law enforcement, the rangers, the men and women, the passionate men and women, because it's not an easy job. You go out there, you're looking after the safety of these animals day and night, where there are no roads, you're in the bush. It's a difficult job. That's why we appreciate our rangers, because they are great, passionate men and women. And as they do this work, they encounter a number of challenges. We have poachers who shoot at them. Sometimes animals attack them. And through that, we lose some of them. And as the Uganda Wildlife Authority and as a corporate entity, we felt it was important that we take care of the families of our fallen rangers. And therefore, as we are celebrating the World Wildlife Day this year, which will happen on the 1st of March 2026, we have preceding activities that are going to culminate into the D-Day. Okay. And one of those activities is the Wildlife Marathon.
So before we go into the activities, just, you know, when we're always talking about wildlife, we're thinking about the animals and maybe the authority that is doing the management. But the element of rangers is a very rarely spoken about aspect, yet it's a very critical aspect to the work that is being done. And in that regard, we want to find out, in terms of those that have had to lose their lives or lose their abilities at the cost of the job that they're doing. Talk to us about those statistics.
Yeah, thank you very much. As we talk right now, we're actually paying school fees for about 120 children of fallen rangers. So you can imagine you have about 60 to 70 rangers that we have lost and have left behind their families. And we feel that it is our responsibility to take care of these children so they can become either future rangers or future conservationists, as a way of giving back to our communities, but also as a way of being responsible as an organization. So you're talking about rangers that we have lost, that have actually left families behind, whom we feel we must look after. So yes, the rangers face a lot of shootings during the poaching, because you see, when we talk about the balance between the wildlife, the environment, and the people, because we have to make sure the people are with us during the conservation of the wildlife through the community engagement I've talked about. We often don't talk about the challenges that these rangers face. And now it is our duty and responsibility to let the world know that as we popularize wildlife conservation as a great mandate, because it's not only OA or the authority to maintain or take care of this wildlife or conserve them. It is a collective responsibility. And we are here, as we talk about the plight of the rangers, to also remind Ugandans and all those who are watching us that you have a role to play in conserving wildlife. Because as you know, Uganda government has prioritized 4 sectors that are going to drive Uganda through the 10-fold growth strategy. Tourism is one of them. We're supposed to raise the Uganda's economy from the current about 55 billion US dollars to 550 billion, and therefore tourism has a great role to play. So we are calling upon everybody to join the cause. Visit a national park, visit a sanctuary, and when you do that, you are supporting conservation, but also you're supporting the fund of the wildlife rangers who have fallen in line of duty.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. Speaking of supporting, Mr. Hanji, let's talk about the actual support that you are rendering as an authority to the cause that is before us and has been mentioned, and that is through the marathon.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, the ED clearly said we have around 120 orphans of our colleagues who have died. And you're talking about people who have died in line of duty. You talked about the shootings. Others actually are killed by the snares that are laid by poachers. Others die in accidents, running, maybe going to, after being deployed, they are going to respond to cases, and then they get accidents and they die. But by and large, at this marathon, first of all, maybe to add on a little before I delve into this, there's a fallen rangers fund that was put in place by UWA. And the money that it was talking about, that the 20,000 you pay and the gate entrance goes, part of it goes to this fund. But what was putting there is not enough, because the number keeps increasing. Almost every year, we lose around 6 colleagues, and some of them have 4, others have 5, and you know, so we have to bring all these children on board. So that's why we are saying, through this marathon one, we want to raise the profile of the challenges that our rangers are facing in the country. 2, we want to generate as more resources as we possibly can to put into this Fallen Rangers Fund. The schools are opening on 10th, but we think that maybe before the end of February, all the orphans of our rangers should have gone to school. And the funds that are in this particular pass are not enough. So that's why we are saying we are calling upon the public to come and participate in the marathon. Now, You can run the marathon, you can walk the marathon, you can even crawl the marathon if you wish. So long as you come, you buy that kit.
Can I drive the marathon?
No, but you can cycle the marathon. We have made an option for those who want to cycle, we shall flag them first. They go, so you can cycle the marathon, crawl the marathon, walk the marathon, but you can as well sit the marathon. You can say, I'm not going the other side, but you know, when you buy that kit, you have supported.
Yes.
The kit, because we have a gold kit, which goes for 50,000, it has a cape, it has a bag, and other accessories. And then we have a bronze kit which goes for 30,000. This is just a vest, and also it's the same amount for children. Now, once you buy this kit, I can assure you, by the way, you can even decide to say, I'm buying 100 kits, and you give them to other people to come and do what? And run. Now, we also have entities, corporate bodies in this country. I want to mention them. They can say, we are sponsoring this cause. Maybe we are donating 10 million shillings, 5 million shillings, 2 million shillings. Every penny counts in this case, so long as it's 30,000 and above, because at least you should be able to buy a kit. But someone can say, well, me, I don't want to buy a kit. I don't have all that money, but I have this 10,000, you know, because we are going to give people Momo codes. So someone can still send the money and support this cause. At least we should make sure that by 1st March, all the orphans of our colleagues who died in the line of duty have gone to school.
All right, so
now,
when is the marathon?
So this marathon is going to happen on the 1st day of March 2026, and it's going to be at Chitante Primary School. Very soon we will be unveiling who the chief runner is, but it's going to be exciting. But most importantly is that we have lined up a number of activities. We are going to have a children's section. For people who have children, you come, you have bouncing castles, children can come and play. You buy your child a kit. Maybe this child is unable to walk the marathon, crawl or run it, but he can decide to play the marathon. We are going to have musicians entertaining people. So it's not a matter of coming, running, and going back home. It's coming, running, and having fun. Okay? Now, we are partnering with ATE. ATE is an institution that is into sustainability interventions. They've been organizing what we call wildlife concerts. So we have engaged them. They're also going to bring more musicians. So I can assure you're going to see some of our top musicians in the country at this event. So you do fun, enjoy yourselves. It's a day out, but most importantly, you are supporting a cause.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the call to action, or to the public, is you're inviting the public to be part of this cause.
We are inviting all ages. Even if you are 80, if you can come and participate.
Okay. How about the rangers themselves being part of this cause?
The rangers are already part of this cause.
Yes.
In our park, in all our conservation areas, actually, we have arranged some activities. Some activities are going to be happening at community level. And then here in Kampala, that's where we have the main activities. That's running. And of course, like the ED said, it is in one of the activities leading to the celebrations of the World Wildlife Day. So we have done enough mobilization internally. And by the way, for information, even all our staff, they are going to pay for the kits.
Yes.
It's not going to be a free kit. Because we are saying, if we are supporting the children of our colleagues, we cannot come at the same time and say we want free kits. So all kits are on sale. And I know, for example, I know some colleagues who have said, may I have some K50K? I will not be there, but it's my contribution.
Yes.
So they are already doing that because they know what's happening. And they know it can as well happen to their families.
Yeah.
So we have generated that internal consciousness for every colleague to know that this is our cause. Yeah.
While we are honoring the fallen rangers and their families, we may ask, what is the Uganda Wildlife Authority currently doing to ensure that there's prevention of more rangers ending up in these statistics? Doctor?
Thank you very much. Very good question. Yes, there are so many initiatives that basically we are putting in place to make sure we carry out, because the rangers mainly face this challenge while carrying out the mandate of law enforcement. When they go on ranger patrols, sometimes they fall into ambushes. Sometimes they fall into snares that have been set up by poachers. So we must step up our methods of law enforcement and prevention of poaching and crime in the national parks. So one of the areas we have ventured into is to step up the use of technology. We know that not enough men and women on the ground can be everywhere, and therefore we are going into technology. We have invested into drone technology, where we can monitor and survey the park, look out for illegal activities like poaching, snares, using drones. But also we are in the process of acquiring a helicopter that can help us to survey the park and look out for illegal activities. But also we are working to ensure that we improve the welfare of the rangers in terms of the PPEs, what they wear. We want to make sure they have protective wear, they have wear that helps them during adverse weather conditions. We want to make sure they have pouches, that they are, make sure they are protected. We have also provided insurance to these colleagues, okay, to the entire workforce of the Uganda Wildlife Authority, that if somebody is injured in line of duty, he can be able to get treatment through an insurance scheme that has been put in place. But also creating a lot of training. We have to train into command and control so that there is an effective command and control structure, because sometimes some of these problems could arise as a result of mistakes or gaps in training. So we are encouraging training. To us, training is an investment and not a cost, because the more you train people, you make them more conscious. But also we are building a strong team in the authority, a team that looks out for each other, that advises each other, so that as people are going out for a patrol, we also have to strengthen intelligence gathering, so that as we go in for patrolling or as we go in to sort out illegal activities, we act on intelligence-led operations, not just going in without intelligence.
On that note, how does this marathon and the different activities all tie into and build up to the World Wildlife Day that we'll be celebrating later on?
Thank you very much. One of the major goals, like I said, or objective of the Wildlife Day is really to raise awareness. We want to raise awareness about the value of wildlife in this country, the contribution the wildlife is making to the economy, the contribution it is making to job creation, and many others. And so, once we collect or engage in many activities, for example, we have the marathon, which is particularly going towards the rangers. We have a wildlife conservation conference that is also coming. We are mobilizing schools through quizzes and debates, and all these will culminate into the D-Day. All through along that chain, we are sure that we shall have created some sort of awareness so that we can recruit more people to join the cause of protecting wildlife. And so the goal, the major goal that all these others feed into, is really creation of awareness about the value of conserving wildlife, so that together we can contribute and develop our country. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Handje, the nitty-gritties of the marathon, just remind us of the day. We want to find out from what time to what time. Yeah. How do we pick up the kids? How do we make the payments? Yeah.
Thank you very much. Like I said, the day is on 1st March. We are going to have races of 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and 21 kilometers. So it's going to be a half marathon.
You people so as of 2 kilometers.
No, 2 kilometers you fall in 5. Somewhere you can walk, crawl, and then finish.
Within the 5.
Okay, yes. Now, it's also going to attract elite athletes. For information, you know that some of our staff are world champions. For example, we have Jacob Kiplimo, you know, he's a war staff. Halima Nakai, Winnie Nanyondo, and others, many. So they are all going to be there because this is their cause. They also know that their colleagues left behind children that we have to take care of. So we are going to, payment will be through mobile money. We have the Momo codes that we are going to be putting out to the public effective today so that people know how to pay. And also we are going to have kit selling centers. Okay. The kits are going to be at UWA, our head office. Others are going to be at Sheraton. Others will be at Uwek in Entebbe. Others will be at UTB. And we're also working closely with wildlife clubs of Uganda to sell some of the kits. Okay. So basically these are the kit selling centers, but anyone can walk to any of these kits, or rather these centers, and access the kits.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the closing remarks to Dr. Msinguzi.
Thank you very much for hosting us. We give our appreciation to NTV. I want to thank all Ugandans, all non-Ugandans, all the tourists who come to the Uganda Wildlife Authority estates. You visit the national parks, you go to the zoo in Entebbe, you go to wildlife reserves, you go to wildlife sanctuaries. We appreciate your support because when you visit, you are creating a job, you are promoting Uganda's economy, and we are now working hard to diversify the tourism products. That you are not going to come to the park only to see and enjoy wildlife, but also other amenities. In addition to, for example, taking rhinos to Ajai, we are taking rhinos to the entire country. We are going to Ajai, Murchison and Chidepo Valley National Park. We are taking their rhinos, but you should be able, in addition to enjoying the wildlife, to enjoy other attractions. We are introducing products like archaeological sites, paleontology, butterflies, and other species of wildlife apart from the iconic species, so that people can be able to enjoy the animals, but also the plants. We are going to create botanic trails. We want to introduce nocturnal experiences that you can actually finish working and go to the national park, for example, from about 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, where you will see lions, cheetahs hunting. So a lot of diversification is going on, and we invite Ugandans to join us, continue supporting us, so that we develop our country together.
Dr. James Msinguzi, thank you so much. And Mr. Hanji, looking forward to that marathon. I'm buying 2 kits. So that being said, that brings us to the end of this conversation. But look out for the 1st of March 2026 and be part of a cause to help children and families that have been left behind by our fallen rangers, because they are our people, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers. And so it is a collective national responsibility. We take a short break.